throw it in the ground, burn it with fire. Rocksteady confirmed Suicide Squad killed the Justice League to introduce gender-swapped Mr. Freeze. So, Miss Freeze? Mrs. Freeze? Ms. Freeze?
What the hell is even that?
Video game developer Rocksteady confirms that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will introduce a gender-swapped version of Mr. Freeze. The official Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League account on X posted, "Ice to meet you, Mrs. Freeze." Yeah, there we go. Season 2 of Suicide Squad game arrives July 11th.
How about new?
She looks like a school marm or like the lesbian PE teacher.
Yup.
Yikes. Like, or she looks like, I don't know the actress's name. She was on Glee. Has the short blonde hair. I think she was also the PE teacher or something like that. She always wore a tracksuit. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
You.
Mr. Freeze accused of promoting transgenderism. I don't know about that part. Or it's a woman, you know, but unless, did Mr. Freeze have gender reassignment surgery? Is that what it is? Is that going to come out later? Giggity. He's got his twig and berries on ice. You know what I mean? Rocksteady has not provided any more details about the character. In fact, on the game's official website, the latest announcement for the game was on June 12th regarding a patch to introduce emotes and banners to celebrate Pride. You know, because that's what we need in a Suicide Squad game, right?
Ha! Gay!
Pride promotion? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about when I'm offing superheroes. Yeah, baby.
Butt stuff, butt stuff, butt stuff.
Butt stuff. Cowboy butt sex.
Concept art of the character was leaked to the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit back in May. It was quickly accused of promoting transgender ideology, with X user Mangaloyer writing, quote, "Rocksteady, the developers of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, transformed Mr. Freeze into a non-binary Karen, they, them. This is wild." He added in a subsequent post, "I predicted this before the game's release, and the backlash was intense. They perceived femininity and female anatomy as threats to society. Now they've made a character transgender. Take note of Mrs. Freeze's chest. That's not a woman." I mean, yeah, what they did, yeah, look at Harley Quinn there.
Ew, David.
Shrinking her, making her less curvy. I mean, that's what they do with all these, right? Because the developers of these games aren't like, you know, real feminine looking females ever.
Nope.
And they have to project themselves and their own feelings and their own their body image onto these characters. I always love the line they use that no man ever uses about male characters. They're like, no real woman looks like this.
Everything that guy just says, bullshit.
Like, no, you just hang out with weirdos that just look manly. Like, that's the problem. Like, men, we're not like, no man really looks like that. I mean, you got the men that, you know, if some guy is like gigantic, they'll be like, yeah, he's definitely doing the old poke in the back cheek, if you know what I mean. But other than that, men are just like, oh man, I don't have the drive and motivation to look like that. Like, it's yeah, that's so some guys are just like genetically blessed, plus they work hard, and some guys just work really hard. Look at Chris Pratt, man. I mean, some women thought he was handsome while he was chubby, but he was chubby for like ever. He was just like a dude. And then all of a sudden he wants to be a superhero and he's freaking ripped and jacked. And these women are like, oh my gosh, let's take a second look at Chris Pratt. Am I right? No guy was sitting there like, men don't look like that. Like, okay. Nobody's looking at Kratos in God of War and complaining about that. We need to make Kratos look less manly and intimidating. This is stupid.
No! It's just dumb.
My main question, this post may contain spoilers. Yeah. Freeze had previously been hinted at when Reddit user Zeronity Plays shared a video of Brainiac referring to his Harley Quinn player as Freeze. Okay. Her name is Victoria Freeze, because of course. Saw this making the rounds today. Yeah, it seems like Some of Brainiac's incidental combat banter featuring Victoria got missorted and given to Harley by accident. Oops. It's unlikely that it'll do anything to increase the game player base. According to SteamDB's charts, the game had an all-time peak concurrent players of 13,459 when it was released in early February. It quickly declined to below concurrent peaks below 500 by the beginning of March. It saw a slight bump with the introduction of the Joker to 3,042 concurrent players in March 28th. However, it has since fallen off a cliff with a peak concurrent players in May below 200. And the most recent 24-hour peak, the game was able to hit 608 concurrent players. Yikes. Yeah, Rocksteady's parent company, Warner Bros. Discovery, confirmed that it took a $200 million impairment charge because it performed so poorly. Warner Bros. Discovery Chief Financial Officer Gunnar Weidenfels announced, starting with studios, the $400+ million year-over-year decline during Q1 was primarily due to the very tough comp we faced in games against the success of Hogwarts Legacy last year in the first quarter, in conjunction with the disappointing Suicide Squad release this past quarter, which we impaired, leading to a $200 million impact to EBITDA during the first quarter. Yeah, this game is just trash, man. Yeah, it already significantly reduced the amount of support the game will receive. It's got bare bones support now, not as much as they originally planned. Yeah. My question is just like, why? Why did we need a female Mr. Freeze? Why did we need a Mrs. Freeze? Completely changes like the backstory of the character too. I guarantee they're not going to dig into that, and they never thought about it. They don't care about it. You're just gender swapping everything for the sake of it. Oh, well, because for people that don't know, the whole like Mr. Freeze wasn't just a guy that just froze crap. His whole thing was he cryogenically froze his wife, who had an incurable disease, and he's looking for a cure. Meanwhile, he accidentally got like partially frozen, so now he has to like live in his suit and live in the cold and whatever. Otherwise, he'll die. He can't be thawed out, basically. But he's doing crime basically to get the funding and whatnot to save his wife, which paints the character in an anti-hero kind of like, yeah, as a bad guy, but he's like an ends justify the means kind of situation. It's not like, oh, I'm just doing evil because I'm an evil dude or I want to get paid, that kind of stuff. So there you go. But I don't know, man. I guess this is like, oh, well, now the doctor is the woman and her husband is the one with the incurable disease. So now she's doing it. I guarantee they didn't think about that. And they're like, who cares? Whatever. He's a woman now. I don't think Mrs. Freeze is a transgender. I don't think that. But I don't know. I just think she looks like a lesbian, like Abby from The Last of Us 2. That kind of, yeah. I know Abby wasn't a les, but boy, howdy, did she look like it. Like she should be chopping wood out behind the house wearing flannel, And so does Mrs. Freeze. I don't know. It's just gross, man. Effing gross.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
We can't have anything nice. Nothing.